It's here. Well, it always has been. The beginning. It's never too late to begin. Didn't you know? We were all babies once. And within us lies an infinite ability to be innocent and embrace a curious life full of adventure. That's what I believe, at least. That we can access a mother and child within and tread every step of a nurturing upbringing whenever we're ready. Each step holds unique wisdom and new experience. I think I'm ready, but perhaps I've been doing it all along. I've tried again and again and again to bloom, and there have been days I've seen the sun, days I've walked by the water in my hometown and watched the bees, ridden the ferry to the city, ate berries and talked in the park with a new friend. I don't take those days for granted for a second. I've loved myself in little ways, gradually leading me to the day I live my dreams. Maybe it's finally coming. Maybe it's today. Hello, I'm Lexi, and I want to be a star. I've always wanted to be since I was young. I'm a late bloomer in life. I was always very sensitive and quiet and very intense. I preferred to live in my daydream world most of the time. I struggled a lot with anxiety and depression and escapism in my life. I experienced a lot of misunderstanding by others and misunderstanding of myself, and it's taken a lot away from my life. I think I'm getting better one step at a time. I'm in my late 20s now, and I'm ready to bloom again. I'm ready to be reborn and to mother myself in the ways that I've always deserved. And I want to take you all with me on this journey. This is the start of my new life. It feels like I've been stuck in some sort of void for almost the past decade, maybe the past 5 years or so, especially, but anyone who's been in a deep depression knows what that's like. When you're isolating, especially in your adulthood, when you're stuck in between this phase of your youth where you used to have so much more structure and you're just trying to figure out what that means again in your new evolution, what it means to create your own structure, your own meaning. And that's what I'm going to be creating and sharing with you all. It's never too late to raise yourself again, to reparent yourself, to re-love yourself. And I believe that there are certain pillars to this late bloomer journey in terms of getting back in touch with those core areas that every child needs and that all of us need throughout our whole life, and just learning to reintegrate those things, but in a new way, in a way that only your adult self, with the wisdom and understanding you have about yourself, could do for you, in maybe ways that your caregivers couldn't. And so I'm going to share those with you and what I'm going to be focusing on as I grow and share this transformation with all of you as I go. So the first is nurturing, and this goes back to that self-mothering. It's about slowing down and breathing. It's about the heart and the body and being in touch with your true self, removing all distractions, really hearing your own voice. What do you need? Do you need a drink of water? Do you need to eat right now? Do you need to stretch? And it's only when you come back to the present and come back to your own voice, your own body and heart, that you can do that. Sometimes that means addressing your feelings and slowing down and realizing what you really need instead of just grabbing for whatever is going to numb you or comfort you in the moment, because our needs and the love that we deserve is so much deeper than just instant gratification. So this entails a lot of self-honesty and reflection, something that I've been doing so much more of the past 5 years of my life. And this involves therapy. It involves, if you're struggling with phone addiction, for example, which is something I struggle with a lot, creating discipline around that. It involves connecting with your loved ones and asking for people in your life to support you and encourage you and, keep you accountable, things like that. But most importantly, you have to keep yourself accountable. Be that loving caregiver that you deserve. You can meditate, you can light a candle, you can read a book. You can hug yourself and say, I love you, and kiss your hand and touch your cheek and just repeat affirmations to yourself the way that you'd want a loving mama to. And the next part is education. I feel that a lot of us, at least from my own experience, I know I struggled with my educational experience, feeling that I wasn't always supported in the ways I needed or encouraged in the ways I needed. I think there is no better way to connect with our inner child than embracing that curiosity and desire to learn that has been damaged for a lot of us. That means just opening up your mind to all of the things that you love or areas that maybe you want to grow in, and doing it on your terms, doing it in a way that accommodates and really helps you grow in your own unique way that maybe you weren't allowed to access when you were growing up because certain resources just don't suit everybody. So this could look like embracing going back to school if you aren't already at school, or taking courses, joining local groups that teach courses or do workshops around subjects that you're passionate about. Maybe even creating a self-curriculum, which is something that I've been interested in lately. Right now I've been studying and freshening up on my grammar and punctuation. So yeah, just think about different subjects that you want to learn about or areas you want to grow in. And just seek out resources. Don't be afraid to expand your horizons and believe that there's something out there for you, because there is. You just need to try. And as long as you're trying, you're worthy. You can go at your pace, learn things your way, use your own methods. And this, of course, includes mentors and teachers as they are needed, but just finding someone who can suit your learning style. And if not, just trusting yourself and getting your own resources like books. And the internet is so vast and so full of knowledge and interesting websites and resources, so that's always there for you too. And yeah, just explore, go to the library. Yeah, so education is a big part, and I feel like it's something we should invest in our whole lives. I know for me, leaving school was a huge marker of me losing a sense of routine and structure, or like meaning in my life. And that doesn't mean that our meaning is completely rooted in school, but it just shows that we need to recreate our own sense of meaning and exploring and learning and growing. Next is community. And I know this doesn't fit everybody, but I know for me, thinking back on my youth, I just feel like there were so many more people around all the time. Family, friends, church friends, or, school is a big one, going back to education. That's a huge community that you just suddenly lose after like 12 years. But as we get older, sometimes that starts to fade away, and you either have to learn to rekindle those old relationships that are still nurturing to you, the people that you still care about and love, but also finding your own new sense of found family as well. Being on the dance team, being in a theater group or a club, whatever it is that you were a part of in your youth, at least for me, things like that made me feel a part of the story of life, and it made me feel of some bigger collective desire to express and to experience joy or achievement. And there's something very spiritual about that. And also being around so many different colorful personalities. It makes you see yourself in the world and also the world in yourself. And you need to find your own version of that in the world as you grow into adulthood and beyond. There's so many opportunities for that. I think we can get so lost in isolation that we forget all the people that are out there, all the communities, all of the opportunities. I want to get more involved with my local libraries and environmentalist groups, and I'd like to take dance classes again. Just things like that. Joining groups of people that surround a certain thing that I feel very deeply about and care about and want to be a part of. So that can also look like just not necessarily having a specific goal, but just going out, just going to an environment that you enjoy and just walking around, visiting some of the local shops or a park or the library, like I said, a bookstore, whatever it is, and just be around people because you never know what could happen. Just try it. Try it every day. Go out, text a friend, look up an event that's happening at your local library, go to the farmer's market, whatever it is. Just make little efforts every day. Strike a conversation with someone, and if you can't do that yet, just smile at somebody. And then try complimenting someone next time. And then, just make an effort every day because it's the little steps that count. And that brings me into my next pillar, which is activity and adventure. And in order to reach people, of course, we need to be moving our bodies, seeking places, cultures, places outside of ourselves, and just expanding our bodies and minds, and literally expanding in terms of parts of the city, the state we live in, and the country, and even the world. I know it's been a big dream of mine to go to Japan since I was little, and I'm getting to a point where I believe in my ability to create financial independence and abundance for myself, and it's a goal of mine to be able to achieve that dream within the next year or so, and I think I can do it. But adventure, activity, moving your body, walking more, going for walks, especially when the weather is nice, riding a bike, just being curious about the world. Like all the heroes in the stories that we love, the ones we loved growing up, we need to expand our horizons, go the distance, like Hercules, and just appreciate the world and her every color, because there's nothing more freeing than just going out and doing what you want to do, knowing that you can do it, because in those little moments when you are doing what you love, all of those fears that you had when you were stuck in your room about all the chances you've missed and all the regrets you're gonna have don't matter, because if you're just doing... Ooh, I think my tummy grumbled. If you're just doing what you love in the moment, it's like nothing else matters, because taking that chance was all that matters. Every single special moment is just as beautiful as the last. Even if you just had one beautiful moment in your life, it's worth it. So go out and explore. Next is interests and self-expression. And I know this will resonate for all of my people with very interesting brain chemistry. When we like something, it's very intense. It's never casual, and that's okay. I think we need to embrace that, as long as we aren't veering into unhealthy hyperfixation, which goes back into the nurturance and regulating ourselves, knowing the difference between healthy engagement and destructive engagement. But I think any chance that you have to incorporate your interests into what you're doing in your life, romanticizing your life, playing the music you love, imagining, like relating your life to a character that you love, things like that, it's worth it, and it's something beautiful. It's a unique expression of our souls. And so just do it. watch that movie you've been wanting to watch. Talk about it to all your friends. Don't be afraid to do deep research into that subject that is just itching your brain and makes you feel so happy and electrified to be alive. Wear that outfit that makes you feel like a character from a fairy tale. Whatever it is, just try it. Do something every day, one step at a time. That's my favorite motto and my favorite song by Jordin Sparks. I quote it pretty much all the time to myself. This also involves, like I said, discipline and not veering into unhealthy hyperfixation, especially with social media use and the internet, because with algorithms, I feel like our special interests can get so watered down to the point where we're just purely relying on the algorithm to just show us like really short videos and content that relate to what we like, and we're not really retaining information. We're not really communing with our interests and really being present with them, and having that attention span that's necessary to feel fully enriched by what we love, maybe in the ways that we were as kids before algorithms existed, before social media. So that's really important. But yeah, just express yourself fully. It's the only thing that matters in this world, and that makes you feel like everything maybe not makes sense, but it's worth it. You're alive and you accept it, and that's all you need. And finally, we have ritualizing your life and creating routine after you've explored all these realms and have touched on the ways that you want to incorporate them back into your life. You need to create consistency of some type. Now, I know consistency is a word that maybe a lot of us are afraid of and have a difficult relationship with, but consistency doesn't need to mean consistency in a neurotypical way or in a way that's acceptable by society's standards as it exists right now. But it just means continuing to do something, whether it's once a week or once a month, once a day, 3 times a week, whatever it is. It doesn't matter how long it's been since the last time that you've done something, as long as you can open up your heart to the possibilities and the little steps that it takes to make that your life, then you'll be okay. And the more that you embrace the fear, embrace the uncertainty, the more comfortable you'll get with just jumping right in to something you love. And there's also nothing wrong with going back to your interests, incorporating your special interests and things that bridge the gap between your dream world and your special interests and your reality, and incorporating your dreams in a practical way, which is something that I'm really passionate about talking about, and I want to share more in the future. That bridging of the gap ties directly into the concept of ritualizing things. Ritual is being in the present and connecting to all of your senses and being able to merge what is beyond your grasp, and transmute it into a physical form through your actions and through your intentions, through moving slowly and really being in your body and your senses and everything that you do. And I feel like when we embrace this slowness and just really giving our love to one thing at a time, you know, showing your love, like having an affair with a strawberry or like whatever it is you're engaging with, your pencil that you're writing with, and letting them know that they're worthy. This little step is meaningful, and it all connects to the bigger picture and the dream. So just slow down, ritualize your life, and connect to every single breath and movement and step and word and touch and taste and everything. And feel your worries wash away. Feel the way that all your dreams, all of your future projections, you can obtain a sense of connection to them and a grounded relationship with them through your present and practical actions. And so, rituals have been something I've been obsessed with my whole life, and that's something I'm interested in exploring more too. And so, yeah, those are the pillars of the late bloomer journey. It's been a really long time coming, and I'm so happy that I can be here now. And Sherry, I miss Sherry's. My Sherry's from my hometown shut down, and it makes me really sad. I miss their lemon meringue pies. Anyways, I'm here sharing my story with you all now, and I'm ready to make my life a work of art, a ritual, a message, an expression of pure love and passion. And I want to bring you all with me. Little Lexi deserves so much more. She deserves so much in life. And I'm ready to give that to her. And I hope along this journey you can all give your little selves the love that they deserve too, and become the stars that you were born to be. And look who it is. It's my friend the sugar glider. How are you doing, Sugar? I'm doing good. I love you all. They flew away. Come back, Sugar. We want to say bye-bye, okay? Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye, everybody. I'll see you all around. That's for sure.